Hey guys, this is Cam for 15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I am here with another One Piece review, but this time it's covering the newest manga, or the newest, not the newest manga, the newest movie of One Piece, and that is One Piece Film Red. Um man, One Piece Film Red, One Piece Film Red. I was waiting for this movie for the longest time because it was very interesting with the premise of how this movie ties into Shanks and how it ties into Luffy and then this girl named Uta. You know, it's it was interesting to say the least. And I was just like, okay, how are they gonna fit this movie in just from the standpoint how are they going to have it to where this movie is a big impact, but it's nothing to where like the likes of Shanks and Luffy meet because let's be honest, we want to see that in the manga have have that first thing, you know, just take place in the manga only to get that moment. And here, you know, it was just great. It was just great. This movie was really good. I very much enjoyed um the movie. Now, I watched this movie in the English dub. I watched this movie in the English dub if you wanted any background information on it. So yeah, and I know there's not a lot of people that like the English dub of One Piece. Yes, you have your several supporters that like the English dub of One Piece. Well, you have people that cater more to the subs. Listen, the dub were all great. Colleen Clinkenbeard as Luffy was was great. I thought she killed it in a role. I've honestly liked her Luffy. I know not a lot of people who are not really dub fans don't like her Luffy voice, but I honestly think it was pretty good. Uta is voiced by Amanda Lee. I thoroughly enjoyed her performance as Uta, which literally she's the main character of the film, if I'm being honest. I enjoyed her performance as Uta. So that's the thing there. And going through the cast, I'm trying to find him. Jesus, where is he? My Brandon Potter Shanks, he was great too. You know, a guy that barely says anything for the character. Finally, I guess you could say has his like biggest moment so far. This is obviously, non-spoilers. I'm talking non-spoilers. This movie is Shanks doesn't really get involved a lot, but he's still pretty prominent in the film. Like I was actually like, okay, you know, I took it and I enjoyed it, and I thought Brandon Potter did a good job. All the other voice actors did a wonderful job. I could go through the entire cast, but One Piece has a multitude of characters, so that's one thing. But Amanda Amalie was great as Uta, and obviously the one thing I want people want to know is do they have Amelie actually singing the songs? Otto, the singer who did all the main songs for this movie, did she end up singing? um and no, the thing is with the English dub, especially watch the English dub version, um say like the opening, I won't spoil too much, but the opening starts off with New Genesis, which is pretty much the main theme of this movie. Great song. I've been honestly listening to that music for that song for the last couple of the days. But like I was saying, um so when it goes on, you just hear Otto's voice and it's the Japanese soundtrack. It's not Amelie singing it now. I don't know why that's the case, and that goes on for all the other songs. I don't know why that's the case for all of the songs, why they didn't have Amelie voice act the songs. She is a singer from what I heard. If you go to her YouTube page, she actually did an English cover of New Genesis, which sounded really damn good. And then when I listened to it for the first time last night, because I saw this movie yesterday, I was like, I have to admit, Crunchyroll slash Funimation, they kind of dropped the ball. They should have probably had Amelie sing the song out. Maybe it's a lot easier to just go the route they went because copyright issues, and then maybe it saves them more money, but they're owned by Sony now. So I think they should have just, broke the banks and had her sing the songs in English. But it's their decision. Maybe in the DVD version, I don't know, whenever it releases out here, maybe they can have it to where Amelie actually sung the songs, and you can go to like the settings and say, oh, sing, dub settings, or English settings with the English music voiceover over it, where you have Amelie actually singing the songs. Maybe they might do that. I highly doubt they would do that, but that would be much appreciative. If they would go out their way, and when this movie comes on DVD and Blu-ray, they have the English voiceover of Amelie singing the legitimate songs. Um, Again, we'll see. That might be some of a disappointment to few, and it might be a little bit weird because it's like, well, if you have a singer who is pretty much playing the character who's a pop idol in the movie, why not just have her sing the songs, as well? But I also heard that I think it's because Otto, who did the songs, I guess she got like a really good gig out here in the States, even though she's a Japanese singer, she got a deal. So I guess Crunchyroll slash Funimation want to promote her music. But I'm hoping that maybe and that again, the chances are low. Maybe Crunchyroll and Funimation, they see the flack that, because so far that's the only thing that I'm seeing from the English dub community. Some people are like, it doesn't bother me, but it's still weird. Maybe, when the like I said, when the DVD comes out, they will have her sing over the songs like on her own free time, or they'll bring her in studio, have her sing over the songs, and they put the songs in on the DVD movie version of it, and we can just watch the DVD and we hear her voice. I do say it's kind of weird. Now, for me personally, it didn't take away from my viewing experience. I was interested to see if there was actually going to give the English version of the songs, but they didn't. I was like, nothing wrong with it. Personally, for me, I have no issue with it. I understand why I understand where people are coming from if they do have issues with that of not having Amelie sing the song in the movie, and it does come off a little bit weird because it's like, okay, this is an English speaking movie. I hear it in my native tongue, but then why am I hearing the Japanese version of the song? Um, so I can understand why people are a little bit upset about that. Maybe, like I said, Crunchyroll slash Funimation sees that and they change that when the DVD comes out, so then it can please everybody. But altogether, I thought, Otto performance on the songs were great. Uta, it was great, and like I said, I thought Lee was great in the performance she gave as Uta. And then, like I said, if you go to her YouTube channel and listen to New Genesis, it's really damn good. Like, they could honestly put that song in the movie right then and there. But all the songs were great. Honestly, if you ask me, like, out of all the One Piece movies, and preferably the big five, which are Strong World, Film Z, Film Gold, Stampede, and now Film Red, by far it's probably my favorite soundtrack out of the entire movies and everything. Some of them rehash like old, anime themes and stuff like that. So, yes, story-wise, I thought the story was actually fairly good. There's a few plot twists here and there that, I can say, it's like you get this plot twist and then later in the movie you get a plot twist and then another one, and it's fine for the most part. I kind of do wish they kind of didn't do as many plot twists, but okay, it is what it is. But I honestly enjoyed the story and it kept me intrigued without getting into spoilers, because the movie's very hard to talk about without spoilers. So hold on a quick second, guys. Okay, back from what I was saying, but yeah, the story was fine for the most part. The story was fine. It was engaging, emotional, and the stakes I thought were really high. Like, shockingly enough, again, try not to go into spoilers, but the stakes were up there in terms of it could be the end of the One Piece world, which it was shocking to me, to say the least. It was shocking to me. But yeah, so cover that. One Piece movie, animation, art, absolutely, it's a movie. You know, it's absolutely stunning, absolutely stunning. The first half of the movie, especially when they have Uta singing New Genesis, like absolutely crazy. There's just some moments in this movie that the camera's just going all over the place that I'm just in the art and animation and everything is just going crazy. I don't even know where to go. Like the camera's moving. I was like honestly lost myself. And like I said, again, they had a lot of bright colors. But the thing is, this movie, surprisingly, like I said, the story gets fairly dark, man. It gets very dark. And again, I'm not going to spoilers, but it gets pretty dark, man. Gets pretty dark. Even though this movie is very colorful. So yeah. The main antagonist, the main villain, in the movie, without going to spoilers, I appreciated the main villain. The reason of doing what they were doing in the film was what was pretty believable. I'll say that it was pretty believable, and it really resonated. It really resonated. A lot better than Douglas Bullet. I'll say that. A lot of better of a character than Douglas Bullet. And I know I never got a chance to review One Piece Stampede. Eventually at some point I will review all the One Piece movies. Especially the big four, before this movie came out, because now you can consider this the big five movies, because these movies have more of Oda's influence into these stuff. But other than that, nothing other than that spoiler-free reason why I can talk about. It was a great movie. I had a great experience. Shockingly enough, I kid you not, I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not lying. I am not lying. If I say, I swear, man. I don't know. Maybe I should, if I can find the video. If I can, because I sent it to my co-host, the Right Wolf, who's typically been on the channel. I legitimately got there at the movie theaters, and there was absolutely nobody in the theater. It was just me by myself. By myself. Now, if I could tell you what theater I would go to, well, I would, but I don't want to give away any terms of personal location away, because, I want to keep myself private and everything to myself. But I went to the movie theater, and my freaking gosh, I was absolutely shocked. I thought there would be, and when I looked over like my seating arrangement, I'm like, there were people that bought tickets to see the movie. I guess they forgot. And that's my only guess. But there was absolutely nobody in the theater. And honestly, I wouldn't say, crazy enough, it kind of honestly made my viewing experience better, because I could actually, in some cases, say things out loud. Not like out loud, like I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, but I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck, man? Without people maybe turning their heads, be like, yo, can you just shut up? Like, absolutely empty theater. Like, absolutely empty theater. I was honestly fine. And hey, if I was the only person, hey, and I made the custodians, the movie theaters employees' job a lot easier, because it was just me and myself. Nobody else showed up, which I honestly, if you ask me, made my viewing experience better. Now, it's morally probably because, now I'll tell you the type of theater I went to. I went to a Regal Cinema. Obviously, a lot of people go to AMC over Regal Cinema. The only reason I go Regal Cinema because I think it's slightly cheaper. In some cases, tickets are slightly cheaper. And popcorn and drink prices are slightly cheaper than AMC, even though they're technically the same. And plus, I don't have a Regal subscription, but where you can go to the movie theaters constantly and you just have to pay like 21 something dollars a month. I think it's even cheaper to get like a Regal membership or something like that compared to AMC, because my dad has AMC stubs. But I enjoyed it. I think you should go. If you're a One Piece fan, definitely check it out. Oh, one more thing. The major spoiler that is coming out of this movie that's kind of prohibiting some anime only fans, and I mean some anime only fans, from seeing the movie. Again, if you're an anime only fan and you're told not to see this movie because of a certain spoiler, listen, you can do you. I know like one of my favorite YouTubers, Super Mecha Frieza, or Jamie UWU, I think that's what she's called now. What is it? She's not seeing the movie because of the said spoiler. But honestly, when I looked at the spoiler, which I was kind of expecting, it's there and you can see it, but it's only for like maybe about in about 30, 40 seconds in the film, and then they cut away from it. I'll discuss more of that in my spoiler section, but the huge spoiler that hasn't appeared yet in the anime, yet. I thought I'm like, shit, you could probably take an anime only who's questionable about seeing the film, and they might not pick up on it. They might see it, and they may be like, wait, what the hell's that? But honestly, that's the thing. They might not even catch on to, and they might not even like it might go over their head, what I might say. But I still, even if you're shaking going to the movie to stay away from that spoiler reason, go see it. Go see it. Because it's a great movie. I enjoyed. Props again, not only to and I know I didn't talk about the Japanese cast, but I think they did. I haven't seen the Japanese cast. I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to see the sub version. If I do, I'll probably just see it on my DVD at the time. But I what I know they did a really damn good job. Props to the English dub cast. I thought they did a phenomenal job as well. So yeah, but anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. So if you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on One Piece Film Red. Are your expectations and everything to see it, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more One Piece content. Again, I talk the manga sometimes and the anime, so you will definitely get an anime episode review later tonight, and everything. Oh yeah, before I get out of here, I would rate this movie 8 out of 10. Pretty good by One Piece standards. And in terms of the big five movies, I think this is honestly my second favorite One Piece movie. But honestly, I might have to rewatch One Piece Film Z. One Piece Film Z, obviously, a lot of people say is the consensus best one. But if I'm going my own personal opinion, I feel like I'm gonna have to rewatch the big five One Piece movies again, come back to it, and maybe rank them. But honestly, I enjoyed One Piece Film Red so much that honestly, it might be my favorite freaking movie out of the other four. Like honestly, it might be my favorite movie out of the other four. But I won't be mad if somebody says Film Z is the best one, because I do agree. I think Film Z is the best one. I actually have to watch Film Z again. That movie was really damn good. But anyways, catch you guys on the next video. So go see the movie. Catch you guys later. But in the meantime, there'll be a quick cut and everything. But I'll be going to the spoilers discussion in a few minutes. You'll be given a spoiler warning and everything. So yeah, but till then, guys, catch you guys later. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the spoilers section. Hey guys, welcome back to my One Piece Film Red review, and we are in the spoilers section, the spoilers discussion of the movie, where I will just talk about the spoilers that happened and took place in this movie. So, if you have not seen the movie, click off the video now and go see it. But other than that, don't freaking care. Do not freaking care. The only thing I will say this, though, for anime onlys, the only warning, since this is spoiler, I will give a spoiler warning at the part at the end of the film when Luffy and Shanks are clashing. If you're an anime only and you don't want to know this revelation, I will let a warning happen before that happen. I'll alert you and I'll tell you when to freaking yada yada. I'll maybe do an edit when I cut when I would I'll let you cut away and everything. But anyways, because that's really the only thing from the manga that has yet to come in the anime. But like I said. Anyways. So One Piece Film Red. Obviously One Piece Film Red, like I said, is a great movie. Again, it's centered around the pop idol singer named Uta, who's legitimately we find out like this is like her first time making a first like in live person appearance to the public. Like this is the first time she's going out to the public. She's showing what she truly looks like and everything. And she's gonna sing to the mass like a concert pretty much. And the Straw Hats are there, like they just start us off right there. Like if you see that clip, it's funny because I saw that clip on IGN the Straw Hats getting ready for Uta's whole thing. I thought they were actually on their way to travel there, but no, they're actually legitimately there already by then. They're already stationed there. They've been there on Elgia, the country right then and there. And it's just go right there. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Uta sings her song. Again, New Genesis. Probably one of my favorite anime just tracks slash songs ever. It's something that I got a freaking blast. And again, go listen on Amelie's YouTube channel to listen to the English cover of it. Obviously the music sounds a little bit different, so she doesn't get like copyright striking or anything, but she did a phenomenal job on that. But absolutely freaking great. Absolutely, wonderful. Also, too, another good thing is if you watch those 2 filler episodes during the anime in a way to promote the film, to give more backstory to Uta and Luffy in their childhood years when they were on Fuchsia Village and everything. That definitely helps out. But they still do flashbacks in this movie, not to the depths of the one like they did in not to the lengths they did in those 2 anime episodes, but you get what I mean there. But anyways, you have it to where, Luffy, after the first song is done, Luffy comes up, meets Uta, and is like, hey, Uta, it's me, Luffy, and everything. You've grown a lot. You've achieved your dream of becoming a singer. I'm so happy for you. And when she finds out it's Luffy, she's absolutely shocked, and she's like happy. She's like, Luffy and everything. And obviously the Straw Hats are like, wait, how do you know Uta like that? And he's like, oh, she used to be a friend of mine, and also too, she's Shanks' daughter. So, the thing is, we find out that the entire world is pretty much watching her performance. Like, shit, we see the 5 elders, the Gorosei, they're watching, and they're like, I don't know about this, I don't know about this Uta character, especially if this Uta character, releases like Top Musica or something, which is kind of the MacGuffin slash set the semi-main antagonist of the film, truly. But it's that's the whole thing. But the fact that when it's revealed to the world that Uta is Shanks' daughter, well, it was already crazy enough. And we see how there's some Marines like Kobe and Helmeppo, and even we see what's his face? Let me put it up. Trying to find him. Bluno from CP from Cypherpole. He's here. How we see Caulifla in this film. Now, she doesn't do much. And that's one thing they do pay homages. I forgot to make a mention in my non-spoiler review. But they do make mentions to other, One Piece land areas and world building and stuff like that, and some characters we haven't seen for a while. I made the mention Khalifa and Bluno. It's been a while since we've seen them. I don't think we've seen them at all in the time in the post-time skip. We've only seen them in pre-time skip, and I was even wondering, wait, what happened to these guys? What happened to these dudes? Did they retire after getting their asses kicked by the Straw Hat Pirates and his lobby? Or are they still working for the world government? But yeah, honestly, Bluno plays a lot more roles. Surprisingly, I was just interesting. I will take it. But like I said, there's even other pirates there who were trying to capture Uta. For example, Big Mom's crew is there. Not all of them, but mostly Oven and Brule, which I was fine with Brule. I did not see Oven showing up or being pretty integral to the story at all. He doesn't do much, but he was pretty integral to the story. And honestly liked his influence. It gave a lot more character growth for him. And and it's funny because right now the dub content is in the Whole Cake Island arc, and their catch up to the Wano arc. Katakuri's there. It's always great to see Katakuri. I need to catch with the dub so I can see the Katakuri versus Luffy fight in the dub. But he was there. We see Big Mom in there as well. She doesn't really do anything. She's just like, oh, I just want that girl so she can be in my freaking family and everything. And Katakuri's only going to Elgia because he sees that they hurt Brule, and we know the relationship that Brule and Katakuri have in the series of One Piece. So that was definitely something that was much appreciative right then and there. But like I said, going on. What is it? Uta and Luffy, they're having a little bit fun. They're catching up with each other with how they've been over the years. Luffy explains to his crew, like, yeah, we've been childhood friends for the longest time. We'd always have these competitions. Again, the funny competitions, the fact that, there's one competition where it's like an eating competition and everything. She feeds him like a drink and he drinks it and he falls for it and he ends up losing. That's like a joke she's been playing on him since they were kids, man, because they have a flashback moment to that where as kids they were eating and everything like that, and she still gives him a drink, and Luffy thought, oh, she's being nice to me, and everything. The relationship between Uta and Luffy, well, before Uta ends up showing her evil side, again, if you go back to my episode reviews of the 2 filler episodes that promote the movie, honestly, low key, dude, even to this day, even with what happens at the end of the movie with Uta dying, I still I ship it, man. I ship Luffy and Uta. I really do ship Luffy and Uta. I actually think they're a really cute couple, bro. Like I said, it sucks that she dies, but it's like I ship it, man. I ship it. And that's kind of the one thing that's also interesting about this movie is this movie can honestly be considered canon into the main story. You could literally insert this movie into the main series of One Piece. Like legitimately, it would probably have to take place somewhere after the Wano arc and someplace after the current arc the manga's in right then and there. But this movie honestly would be canon. It could honestly be canon with the tie-ins to Luffy backstory. It literally fits into the story. Again, it would be hard to place it somewhere, but and everything. So that's kind of the thing. But anyways, that's kind of so they're catching up. They're having a fun thing, and then that's when the movie kind of this happy-go-lucky nature, it kind of flips upside down on its head, and it gets absolutely real dark. Because there's this point in the movie where, Uta's like, hey, Luffy, thanks for coming and everything. I hope you continue to stay and, build this new world with me and everything. I hope, you don't have to leave me, and we can work together to build this new world and create a new era for everybody to enjoy, a new free era for everybody to enjoy. And Luffy's like, that sounds like a great idea, and everything. But hey, you go do you. That's your dream. I can respect it. That's you. You want to make an era for you and what you want to accomplish. But hey, I'm going to make my own era, and that's going to be me being the king of the pirates. So I have my dream at the end of the day. Listen, you have your dream. You seemingly look like you accomplished your said dream, and you're creating that new era that you want to make, that you wanted to make. So props to you. But hey, I still got I still got my dream I want to achieve. I want to be king of the pirates. So I'm gonna go back to the sunny. I'm gonna chill. You have fun and everything. And that's when the movie gets upside down, because then I see the personality shift in Uta where she's like, wait, you're what? And she's like, oh yeah, that's right. You always did want to be king of the pirates. And she gets a look, and I'm like, hold up, don't tell me Uta is the bad guy in this movie, bro. Because that would subvert my expectations. Now, that's when she asked him the question. She's like, you know what, Luffy? Why do you want to be the pirate king? Why try to achieve a dream that's probably so unavoidable, unattainable? Why would you want to do that? Why don't you just stay here with me and we can create this new era, this new world together? And I'm just like, what's going on? And then, obviously freaking she's talking this crazy junk. And obviously Luffy's crew is like, whoa, wait, hold on. What are you talking about? And she gets to the point where, Luffy's like, no, I'm not, I'm sorry. I'm just going. And she freaking, I think she captures him, and she's just like, you're not going nowhere. You're staying right here with me. And we're creating this new era. And obviously Luffy's crew's like, wait, what the fudge are you doing? What is wrong with you? Let go of our captain. He said he doesn't want any part of what you got going on. So let him go. He's your friend. And I'm just like, so Uta's the bad guy. Well. I did not see that coming. Well, I did see that coming. Like, I had a feeling, like, I'm just like, is she the bad guy? Like, she gave me the vibes, like, she could potentially, because I know when she was first, when we first saw art of her, I'm like, she definitely looks like a main character. And she gives her the persona. I'm like, she could potentially be the bad guy. I'm like, I had this feeling like I hope she's not the bad guy, but at the same time, I hope she is the bad guy. Like, I legitimately thought Uta was like that type of character that was manipulated, and she's doing the bad things because she was manipulated, especially by Gordon. But we actually find out that Gordon was actually a good guy the entire time. The old man that I thought was like in a way like the guy from Stampede that initiated everything. No, Gordon wasn't like that. He was actually like a really good guy. Uta was kind of the main guy, and the main reason why she was kind of bad is because of a whole misunderstanding of her past. So again, you watch the filler episodes that promote the movie. We know in the second episode, Shanks comes back to Fuchsia Village with no Uta, and Luffy's asking like, "What happened?" And pretty much, Shanks is like, "Uta went to pursue her dreams to be a singer, and she's not coming back." And we get more backstory on that because we find out, oh, what's the reason. So we find out that Uta originally didn't want to leave or stay on the island. She wanted to go continue to be pirates with Shanks and be pretty much what Brooke is to the Straw Hats now. They're musician. But Shanks is like, but don't you think it would honestly be better to just stay here and everything? They got singing and everything. But Uta's like, no, I want to stay with you because you're my hero, and everything. And we even get more flashbacks to why she ultimately loves Shanks because it's funny because that's actually a good question because Luffy in the flashback, Luffy asked Uta like, why don't you call Shanks your dad? And Uta's like, well, one, he's my hero, and then two, he's my captain, so I don't want to address him as father, or my dad. But I kind of do. I will say this. I kind of do wish now, looking back at the movie, especially at the end, I really like. We have the fact that Shanks acknowledges Uta as his daughter. But I kind of really do wish there was a line said that Uta, calls Shanks her father or her dad. Like, at the end of the film, maybe she's like, "Thank you, Dad, for coming back to save me." After she realized everything what she did was wrong. So I kind of wish they had that moment. It kind of does bum me out that they didn't have a good line because that would have actually freaking hit me. That honestly would have fucking broke my shit. I didn't cry this movie, but I was on the verge of damn near fucking crying this movie. This movie does have these moments in the film where you can actually legitimately sit down and freaking cry, especially at the end of the movie. The end of the movie is absolutely emotional. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm going to the flashback. We find out kind of the MacGuffin or this whole thing in this film is this thing, these lyrics of this song played by the song of this ancient like demon spirit energy way type of weapon thing. If the lyrics are sung, it releases this demon called Tot Musica, and that's a whole other can of worms where it's absolutely insane. But again, I'll get to that. But you see, what happens in the flashback is we see where these rogue, singers are like, they don't want Uta to leave because her voice is so good and everything, and they pretty much they bring out the Top Musica tracks. It pretty much comes to her. The lyrics come to her because it resonates with her devil fruit abilities, and everything in a weird kind of way. It's kind of hard to explain it, but it resonates with her devil fruit powers in a way. So she ends up singing it back when she was a kid, and it ends up releasing Top Musica on Elgia. And it takes pretty much the Shanks pirates, the red hair pirates, to defeat this thing, but at the cost of Elgia being destroyed. And the thing is, the Navy were right there. We're about to show up and everything. So Shanks is like, listen, you keep Uta, and we're gonna go and we'll take the blame for this. and everything. Because also, especially when you watch the filler episodes, there was a whole lead up to the whole thing of like, oh, it's Shanks' fault for the destruction of the kingdom of Elgia. But Gordon, I'm just like, wait a second. Why would you not take Uta? And Shanks is like, I don't want to have her be on the run as a child for the rest of her life because of her amazing singing abilities and her powers. I don't want that stress to be put on a burden for her. The thing is, we have it to where and Shanks is like, listen, don't tell Uta anything about this. Keep this a secret from her, which honestly I think is kind of in a way, kind of a mistake on Shanks and Gordon's part for saying, but keeping things hidden. But at the same time, Shanks had the best interest of heart because it's a father trying to protect his daughter. And the thing is, Uta doesn't realize that. Now, we later find out that she ended up like a year later or something like that. She ended up finding out from this transponder snail, this new transponder snail, that I guess pretty much records things, records sings or songs or, everything. What is it? We find out that she ended up finding out the truth, but to her, that didn't really matter. It's like she felt like Shanks abandoned her, left her alone by herself, and she was really all alone. Like, it's kind of a alone type of story. Like, she wanted somebody to be there to listen to her story. She wanted her father, to be there. But her father abandoned her, even after knowing the truth, and she left. Like, there was a moment when, she ended up, I think, telling I think it's funny because there was a part in the final battle, the lead up to the final battle. Gordon tells all of this to Uta, and Uta's like, yeah, I knew about that. And Gordon's like, okay, then please stop this. And you would think, okay, she's gonna stop now and everything. She heard it from her adoptive like father and Gordon. She can't feel any bad about this. No, she goes off the deep end and everything, and she just goes crazy. But I'll get more into that. But you have it to where she starts attacking the Straws. Straws are fighting back and everything to try to save Luffy. And pretty much there's this whole thing of Uta not wanting Luffy to leave and not wanting people, really in general, not wanting her fans or the people to leave, because she wants to create this new era in a way where it's just free, till the end of time and everything. And we find out about her devil fruit abilities, which they don't specify when she ate a devil fruit. Like, that's another issue I kind of have with the film. Again, these are like kind of nitpicks. I kind of wish they explained, how did she eat the Sing Sing fruit? But the Sing Sing fruit, again, one of the most OP ass devil fruits in the entire damn series. What I mean by this is this. So in a way, when Uta sings, she can put you to sleep. So when she sings, she can put you to sleep, and your soul actually ends up going to this dream world, this world made of illusions, made up by Uta from her own, psyche and her own image and everything, what she just dreams of. And she can pretty much command whatever she freely wants, whatever she wants, and she can do whatever she said she wants in the world, and you really can't harm her. Literally, she is God in this dream world, in this alternate reality, pretty much. And that's where the entire, not all of them, but most of the fans that go to her concert and then the Straw Hat Pirates are there. And everything. They're in this dream world, and they're all asleep, because there was a part in the film where I see them all asleep. I'm like, wait, she captured them? But they later go on and explain, okay, what's the elements of her powers? And I'm just like, Lord have mercy, she has an OPS devil fruit. Like, it's literally legitimately one of the most powerful devil fruits. And it's one of the most powerful devil fruits, especially when you tie it into Top Musica and everything. When she sings it, she can literally, like, we have a part in the film where the Goras there are like, this girl legitimately can end the freaking world as we know it. Like, legitimately. And it's crazy enough because even the people who are watching the broadcast, when they listen to her song, they'll fall asleep too, and their souls will be in this dream reality as well. And the thing that makes the story a lot interesting is she eats these insomnia mushrooms. And the thing about these insomnia mushrooms, it caters to the ability, or to her weakness of the devil fruit. Obviously, I guess you can factor if she gets thrown in seawater, the effects would cut off. But another thing but the most important thing is if she ends up sleeping, going to sleep, then the effects of the devil fruit wear off. Because we get a flashback scene in the past and future village when she sung a song when she was a kid. So she had this devil fruit ability when she was a kid, and everybody would fall asleep. And excuse me, everybody would fall asleep. But then after she would fall asleep, what is it? Um, Luffy and the other red hair pirates would wake up and everything. So that was the interesting part. So when she eats these insomnia mushrooms, it keeps her up. It keeps her awake the entire time so she doesn't go to sleep. The only drawback with that is because of it, obviously she gets sleep deservation, or yeah, deservation, where she's obviously using her fruit a little bit too much, which is weakening her ability or weakening her stamina, um, and everything. And then on top of it, these insomnia mushrooms, the more she eats, the more she continues to eat, the more they're honestly actively killing her. Or yeah, the more she eats, they're actively killing her. So she's actively killing herself. And if she dies, well, says souls that are stuck in the dream reality, they're stuck there for the end of time, and that's it. And it's kind of this whole thing is she's kind of hoping to die, to leave everybody else in this dreamlike scenario, this dreamlike world where they can't be free. And this is the world she wants to live in, which is, it's really freaking dark when you think about it. I'm telling you, man, it's really dark premise when you think about it. And it's kind of, and it's funny because I watched another reviewer, I believe it for Neverworld. He made like the good comparison. It's like when some artists, some artists who do music, they get into that whole substance abuse issue sometimes. Some artists have got into that substance abuse issues where they do drugs and everything, and it kind of messes up their lifestyle. And that's kind of the parallel here. Like she was doing a drug here, and even though it's killing her, she's doing this for her own end goal because she thinks what she's doing is right. And that's why I said, even though she's the main villain and she's doing evil things, I think she's kind of misguarded in her heart. Her heart's in the right place. Uta's heart is in the right place of wanting to become so much of an influence that she creates an era that changes the world. Nothing wrong with that. The steps she goes to take that route, forcing people against their own will to do what she wants to do, that's when it gets a little bit into the territory. Okay, it's not good. Like Luffy poses the question, like, you're holding people hostage, Uta. Stop this right now. Listen, I understand what you want to create, but not like this. She's misguided in her thinking. And on top of it, the Sanji makes the mention of the insomnia mushrooms is it makes you end up losing your sanity. It ends up making you go crazy pretty much. And especially when you have added stress with that, it doesn't help because it gets you antsy, it gets you mad, it gets you cuckoo. So on top of it, and I guess it's a funny thing to make the mention because sometimes you can get high off mushrooms and people act like damn near idiots if you freaking eat mushrooms and shit like that, because you'll legitimately lose your damn mind. Which, in the movie I was like, so in other words, she's pretty much high right now on shrooms. Yeah, it makes sense because in real life you can get high off mushrooms and you act like a damn crazy lunatic. But we see how these mushrooms have a crazy effect on her psyche and everything, her psychological thing, and to the point she's not even thinking straight. She's just freaking raging. Like there's absolute parts where she just looks damn near just like crazy and sick of it. It honestly reminds me, spoiler if you haven't seen Pokemon Sun or Moon, it reminds me of the video game Pokemon Sun and Moon with Lucamine when she was interacting with the Nihilego, the Ultra Beast, all the time. The Ultra Beast, aura, the poison from the Ultra Beast, freaking just was, I guess you could say, injected into her or just released through her body, and it ended up making her go crazy, losing her mind. She wasn't thinking straight, and that's kind of what Uta is going on here. She's not thinking straight. So yeah, the thing is, Law ends up getting Luffy out of there. We actually see Bartolomeo Bartolomeo shows up and everything. Law shows up. The only reason why Law's there is because of Beppo, which was absolutely funny. And we have see Kobe, Meppo, um, like I made the mention. Bluno is also here too. And the thing is, the straws are kind of captured, but eventually they get freed thanks to Kobe and Bluno. And they're trying to find the weakness to stop Uta's devil fruit. And they find out the whole thing about Top Musica, the fact that Top Musica, the best way they can do to stop Uta is pretty much releasing Top Musica, which again, one Top Musica will appear in this fake reality world, while another one will appear in the real world. And if you defeat them at the same time, well, then things will go back to normal and everything. So yeah, but like I said, the lengths that they try to do to stop Uta, it's crazy. The world government tries to do to stop Uta is absolutely crazy. They tried to they brought a celestial dragon. They probably had to bring the worst one. They brought Saint Charlos. Thank goodness. This is probably the only person that I didn't really give a fuck about, and I didn't really care. Like, it was this whole thing of having Uta, like, be a slave under Saint Charlos, and we know how despicable Saint Charlos is. Of the celestial dragon, Charlos is. That didn't even work, and it was funny because the Gorsey so a celestial dragon didn't work. What else do we got? Legitimately, I thought they were gonna Buster Call this island. I was like, they're gonna Buster Call. They're gonna do a Buster Call. Watch them do a Buster Call. I'm gonna be like, are you fucking kidding me? Now, mind you, why they never went that route of going to Buster Call? No idea, but you would think the Navy would have went Buster Call, but I'm guessing they didn't want to go that direction. But they had the Admiral, they had Fujitora, they had Kizaru there, and everything to try to stop her, and even they couldn't really do much of anything, because that's how powerful her devil fruit is. So yeah, but anyways, you get in the lead up to the final battle again with this whole thing of Uta having a confrontation with Luffy, and Luffy's just like, Uta, you need to stop this. Right now, what you're doing it's not good. You're putting people against their will and everything. And Uta's again, she's like, I'm doing this for for you. I'm doing this for this new free world. And obviously Luffy's like, yeah, I can understand that, but you're not doing that for the right. What you're doing is not right. You're holding people against hostages. You're putting their lives on the line because you're dying by doing what you're doing. And the one thing I also do appreciate, like, we have the one final conversation with Luffy and Uta where Uta makes the mention of, like, you never hit me. And I really did appreciate that. Like, in all the scenes where it came to blows, where there was the tension was high between Luffy and Uta, Luffy never hit Uta. He never did. Like, even when he was walking up to her, he looks like he was going to go do a gum stamp, but he doesn't. And she's like, oh, you're not going to hit me now? You don't have the, she's pretty much like, you don't have the balls to hit me or something like that. But we know Luffy's learned a lot in his journey. Like, he knew he fought Usopp. That solved nothing. If anything, that created more dissension amongst the Straw Hat Pirates. You saw Whole Cake Island. He didn't fight Sanji back because what's the point? Same thing happens here. And I love the fact that Luffy didn't want to hurt a friend, not only because it's a girl and everything, but he didn't want to hurt a friend, a person he grew up with. He got to grow legitimately. They were like legitimate friends, and he didn't want to hurt her because he just wants to be like, listen, let me just sit down and we can talk this out. What did Shanks do? I don't believe that Shanks is the person you say he is. And everything. And like I said, it gets to the point where I'm like, damn, it gets so damn dark. Uta in the real world, she has a knife and she's like, I can respect that, Luffy. But I'm sorry, but you see, you're just another stupid pirate with your stupid dreams. And the only way I can achieve my dream is if I get rid of you and everything. Like, there was a part where she has Luffy tied up. She takes his hat and she starts ripping it. And I'm just like, yo, I'm like, Jesus, I'm like, you're ripping your own dad's hat, you're ripping Luffy's hat. I'm just like, Uta, what are you doing? And you get this amazing moment in the film where it's, like I said, Uta's like, Luffy, you're my friend and I really do care about you, but at the end of the day, you are a foolish pirate, but I have to do what I have to do for my goal. And if I have to kill my friend, I will. Like I said, you pan over to the real world with Uta, and she has the dagger, the knife. And I'm like, there's no way she's gonna kill Luffy right then and there, right then and there. And she's about to go through it. She's about to kill Luffy in like a Romeo and Juliet type of way. And I'm like, no. And then Shanks just shows up and he stops her from doing it. And she absolutely, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna get snapped back into reality. She's gonna be like, Shanks? And then she comes out and she's like, Shanks is here finally. You're here, Shanks. And I'm just like, Shanks showing have made her even more crazy. I'm like, my God. That laugh by again, Amanda Lee was great in this film. That scene when she sees Shanks and she just absolutely loses her goddamn mind. Absolute great performance. The laugh absolutely was great because you could see the effects of what these mushrooms have done to Uta at the point she is just batshit crazy because she was waiting for this moment this entire time for Shanks to return and everything. So she can make her point to Shanks. And the thing is, Shanks doesn't want to fight Uta. He's like, Uta, you need to stop this right now. You know, bring everybody back from the dream world back to the reality. Free these people. We can talk this stuff out, you know, and we can fix everything. But Uta doesn't want any of that. And she starts, and also too, another thing about the devil fruit is the people that are asleep, she can actually control. She can actually control the people that are asleep. So they're live bodies. So, yeah. Which, again, it's kind of fucked up when the Navy starts getting involved. They start shooting the civilians. And I'm just like, are you joking, bro? And I'm just like, the Navy is supposed to be these goody two-shoe good guys that are supposed to promote everything. But why are they shooting hostages? Why? And you have the point where you cut over to Sakazuki, and he's like, I don't give a crap. Freaking kill them all if we have to. And then you have freaking Kizaru's like, well, there's a small price to pay to stop the main force. So if we have to do it, we'll do it. And I'm just like, do you hear yourself when you guys are talking? You guys are supposed to be the Navy. Supposed to be the example set to the world of how to abide by the laws. Why are you killing people? Why are you marking people? It makes me hate the government even more. It makes me honestly hate the Navy more. It makes me actually hate Sakazuki, Kizaru, everything a little bit more. And I'm just like, dude, come on. But like I said, Gordon admits everything. Uta doesn't resonate with it. She releases Top Musica. And there's Top Musica in the real world, Top Musica in the dream world, and this starts the final the final battle. The songs playing in the background absolutely great. The Top Musica release song was absolutely great, but you get a great moment to where pretty much everybody in the dream world works together with the red pair pirates. My God, I gotta stop talking. Oh, darn. But you get this amazing scene where, because Katakuri shows up and he's like, well, with my advanced observation hockey, I can pretty much see the others on the other side. So you have it to where Usopp and Yasop, in a way, they have a great moment. Probably one of my favorite moments in the movie. It's like they're talking to each other, but they're not indirectly are right there in front of each other talking to each other. So they both and pretty much they both pretty much worked together, let their sides know, like, okay, this is where you attack, this is where you attack, coordinated attacks. And then Luffy and Shanks going for the one big final attack. In this, spoiler warning, I'll tell you probably where to cut and everything. So, yeah, which I'll have to watch when I edit this movie review. But the thing is, you have it to where, so this is for the anime only people. So again, last spoiler warning. You have it where they're going. You see, even though it's just purely white and everything, going all the way. You don't see it in color, but you see Luffy go gear fifth. Gear fifth. If you're an anime only and you're like, wait, gear fifth? You're lost. So yeah. Yes, Luffy has a gear fifth form that he will end up getting in the fight against Kaido. I won't say anything else. But you see gear fifth. Honestly, they see it. I saw it and I'm like, oh, gear fifth. And honestly, I was hey, it's literally there for 30, 40 seconds. And after that, it's just gone. It's gone. So yeah. The day is saved, and everything. Luffy and Uta have their last discussion, and it's this whole thing about their dreams and everything encompassing their dreams, and Uta wishing Luffy the best in his dream to become king of the pirates and everything. It was a sad goodbye scene between the two because it was legitimately, I guess you can say, the last time you see Uta and Luffy talk to each other. I really honestly think Uta actually does have legitimate feelings for Luffy. Like, I think other than just being just friends, just me, I think she actually likes him. Like, she has a crush on him, I guess you could say. But, things are still going on. People are still not waking up and everything, and things are not right. She sings her last final song. It brings the souls back to the people, and then, the end of the movie happens, has it to where Luffy wakes up and he's like, and Zoro's like, oh, you finally woke up, huh? And Luffy's like, wait, where's Uta? And then Shanks then Zoro just points over and he's just like, and then he sees over there and Luffy looks and we see a shot of the red hair pirates looking at a casket, and that contains Uta in it because she died. And movie ends. Great ending song to the movie and everything because you get the world building of place we've been to and everywhere. And then post-credit scene is just Luffy just kind of reflecting. And he's just sitting back on the sunny and he's just like, I'm gonna be king of the pirates, his whole thing, and which because that's Luffy's dream. And everything. Thing about it now, man, the freaking Uta death, bro, it fucking hit me hard, dude. Like, the moment they brought up the fact, like, oh, yeah, this could also kill her, I'm like, I hope she's not like every anime movie character that's a focus of the movies where they're an established character and they, because of some MacGuffin, they end up dying. Or, Uta's one of the many anime movie casualties that she's a main character of the film and there's a focus on her alongside the main character of the series. But at the end of the movie, they typically don't end up making it alive out of it because it's a movie. It takes place in a hypothetical, alternate, time space. But like I said, this movie could be canon to the film, and everything can build up the way it is. Because let's be honest, if Uta still lived from this, she probably would have joined the Red Hair Pirates. Shanks. I could see Shanks letting her back on board. But frick, hell, Luffy might have been like, "Why don't you join my crew, and stay with me?" But that's kind of the thing there. But I didn't cry in the theater, but it hit me pretty damn hard when it was revealed that Uta died, and I'm like, "Fuck, man, I didn't want her to die because I really did love her character. I really did love her character." Um. But yeah. Oh, I forgot to make the mention. After everything that happened, there was a great freaking moment where the Navy surrounds the Red Hair Pirates, and Shanks is like, if you ninjas want to fight, well then let's fight. He releases his Conqueror's hockey, and after we see some fights, admirals go to the ground, and Kizaru is like, oh, all right, hey, we'll retreat, guys. We'll retreat. Let's fight another day. Now, I won't go into spoilers for what happens in the manga, but there's a part of the manga where Shanks reappears and he does pretty much the same exact scene he did here in the movie. And he scares off a very high powerful character. Very high, powerful character. The fact that Shanks has conquered Taki that freaking strong that he has admirals, Kizaru and Fujitora, just be like, yeah, we won't live to fight you today. We'll go back. We'll retreat. He has that type of power to he has that type of power to be able to just have admirals just back up and just be like, let's retreat, live to fight another day. How strong is this MF for Shanks, bro? How strong is this guy's like literally, how strong is this dude? Whenever we get this whole Shanks arc, whatever, when Shanks reappears, my God. I don't know what to mean. Again, I don't know if Luffy and Shanks are ever going to fight in the future. Obviously, they're pirates, they're opposing crews. It would make sense that they would. You know, I definitely could see it to where, you know, Shanks is like, listen, dude, I got to get the One Piece. I want to be king of the pirates, kid. So you're going to have to beat me if you want to become king of the pirates. Which, if we get a Luffy versus Shanks fight, that's going to be wicked freaking epic. But you see how strong Shanks is. He's scaring off admirals. Admirals. Absolutely crazy. And then we get another good moment to where, you know, Shanks in the earlier days of his crew, he find after they raided a place, he finds a treasure chest. He hears a baby crying, and it's Uta in the chest. And it kind of he remembers back to when Roger found him after the incident of God Valley, and everything. And Roger raised him. So yeah, absolutely crazy. But ultimately, this movie was really damn good. I enjoyed the presence. I didn't make a mention of Kobe and the others. Kobe was great in this film too. Like, it was really freaking cool. They make the mention of the Rocky Port incident. That's morely a manga thing, if you don't know about that, but they make a mention of that. Bluno and Brule, because they had like spatial devil fruit. They're special devil fruit users. They could go into a different space. They were actually pretty good. Oven was good. I understand it's pretty hard for all the Straw Hats to get moments, but I thought they gave as many moments as they could. The Straw Hats were definitely better utilized in this film compared to compared to One Piece Stampede. I felt like in One Piece Stampede, they absolutely did not do anything. Luffy was kind of the only Straw Hat that did anything, and he just had his ragtag group behind him and everything. There was definitely a smaller cast of characters, of prominent characters, in this movie compared to Stampede, which honestly probably worked for the better, because when you have all these big characters in one movie, it's hard to give attention to all of them. But you know, I did appreciate that again. Shout outs to Amanda Lee. You know, I don't know if she's checking out this video. If she does, hey, I just wanted to let her know you freaking knocked it out of the park as Uta. It sucks that her character had to die, though. Like, I would have legitimately wanted Uta to stay alive so we could hear more of Uta. But this is like a day one DVD cop. I don't know if I'll see this movie in theaters again. I honestly might, because that's how much I love this movie. That's why I'm saying, like, this might be my favorite One Piece movie. Like, out of the big five, this might be my favorite one. I like One Piece Film Z, and I definitely admit that it's the best one. But in my personal preference, I think One Piece Film Red might be my favorite one, because it just hit me so freaking emotionally hard, man. And I like the moments in that film. Like, I really had a really great time. So, again, like I said, props to Amanda Lee. You did a great fucking job. You know, props to you. You were great as Uta. The other cast members, like Colleen Klinkenbeard, she's a favorite voice actress of mine too. Like, I like all the roles she's in. But she did a great job as well and everything. But yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. If you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on One Piece Film Red. Did you enjoy your time with the movie? Did you not like it actually? And things like that. And what were your thoughts on Uta as a character? They definitely subverted my expectations with Uta being the bad guy, but it was truly kind of top music of being the bad guy, but it is what it is. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll catch you guys later tonight for One Piece. I forgot what episode. It's episode 1000 something. So yeah, but I definitely say if you haven't seen this movie, go highly see this movie. Tell your friends to go see this movie. Support One Piece because this movie is a really great movie. But anyways, guys, gonna catch you guys in the next video. Tell them guys, peace.